Hi.
A squirrel, a cat, and a friendship no one thought was possible. This story began with a fall. A tiny squirrel fell from the 4th floor and lay motionless on the ground. It was only a few weeks old, injured, helpless, and on the verge of death. Dean Anderson, who was at home at the time, didn't know what to do when he saw the scene. His instincts told him to help immediately, but he held back. Because there is a rule in nature: if a mother smells a human scent on her baby, she may abandon it. Dean waited. He waited with hope. Maybe the mother would come back. And she did. But what happened next was something Dean would never forget for the rest of his life. The mother looked at her baby and walked away, leaving it behind, as if she was saying, "It can't be saved." That was the moment everything changed for Dean. There was no more waiting. He went to him. He slowly bent down and gently picked up the tiny squirrel. Its body was cold, and there was a deep wound on its chest. He immediately took him to the veterinarian, but what he heard there was something he never expected. It might be kinder to put him down. Dean couldn't accept that. Maybe his chances were very low, but he still deserved a chance. And that day, he gave him a name: Tintin. Dean wasn't alone in his home. He already had 2 rescue cats, Tiger and Coco. The biggest question was this: a squirrel and 2 cats, how could they live in the same house? But the answer surprised everyone. From the very first day, Coco approached Tintin. She sniffed him and then started licking him. It was as if she had accepted him as her own baby. That moment was truly unforgettable. She kept him warm, slept beside him, and protected him. Dean, on the other hand, fed Tintin every few hours, cleaned his wound, and did everything he could to help him recover. He even made tiny clothes out of small socks so he wouldn't scratch his stitches. Days passed, and a miracle happened. Tintin survived. But the story didn't end there. Tintin had grown stronger. It was time to release him back into the wild. But when he went outside, something happened. Tintin didn't want to leave. The big world felt scary to him. The place he was used to, his home, was now here. Dean started taking him on small walks to help him adjust, and Coco was always by his side, like a quiet but strong protector. Then, one morning, everything changed. Coco didn't wake up. She quietly passed away. A huge emptiness filled the house, but the one who was affected the most was Tiger. He searched for her all over the house. He waited by the doors, hoping she would come back. But then, he made a decision. He decided to protect the one his sister loved the most, Tintin. From that day on, Tiger became his shadow. They ate together, slept together, and during walks, Tintin would climb onto Tiger's back, like a little rider. Tiger was no longer just a cat. He was a protector. He watched the sky, checked for danger, and never left Tintin alone. Time passed, and this extraordinary friendship grew. But life followed its own path once again. Tiger grew old, and one day, he too passed away. This time, the one left alone was Tintin. The house became quiet, but the story didn't end there either. One day, a new visitor appeared at the door, a small cat who was thin, sick, and had lived on the streets, Miss Marble. Dean welcomed her in, and over time, a new bond formed between Tintin and Miss Marble. Now they spend their afternoons sitting by the window, watching the outside world together. Quiet, but meaningful moments. Tintin's story shows us this. Sometimes the most impossible bonds become the strongest ones. A squirrel, a cat, and the only thing that brought them together: love. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like,